Welcome to the deep dive. We got some great materials here focusing on, well, a truly massive achievement in golf, the career Grand Slam.
Yeah, winning all four majors. It's like the Mount Everest of golf, isn't it?
Exactly. And today we're diving into the story of the very first person to actually do it, the legend, Gene Sarazen.
And it's interesting, looking through these sources, Sarazen isn't just, history.
Right.
His impact, it's still felt now, especially as we're looking at the 2025 majors. And particularly, like you said, with Rory McIlroy just finishing his own Grand Slam at the Masters this year.
A perfect tie-in.
Yeah. So our mission here really is to explore how Sarazen's journey, his pioneering effort, really set the stage for what we see today.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning then, looking at these notes on his early career. He didn't come from money, did he? Harrison, New York.
No, not at all. Humble beginnings. But the materials show he got into golf and, wow, just took off really quickly.
And what's interesting, even early on, is that he wasn't just playing. He was already thinking about the game in a, well, different way, an innovative way.
That's a really key point that comes through. Even back then, Sarazen had this deeper understanding, this innovative mindset, as you said. It was crucial to how fast he rose. And it all sort of came together in 1922.
His first major.
Yep, the U.S. Open. That win, according to these sources, that was the start, the first big step on that Grand Slam path.
Okay, so let's fast forward a bit then to 1935, Augusta National, the Masters. This feels like the defining moment.
Absolutely. And we need to remember, as the background reading points out, the Masters was pretty new then.
Right, only started in 34.
Exactly. So it was the newest major, and it was the one piece missing for Sarazen, the one he hadn't won yet.
And the way he won it in 35,
Right.
It wasn't just a standard victory, was it? It was dramatic.
Oh, completely. Looking at the details here, it wasn't just about completing the set. Augusta became the stage for something historic.
That double eagle.
That double eagle on the 15th, in the final round. I mean, can you imagine the buzz, the pressure? It basically turned the whole tournament on its head.
Incredible. And reading about it here, it wasn't just like a lucky shot. It was pure skill under the most intense pressure.
Definitely.
And that shot, essentially, it got him the win, and maybe more importantly for this deep dive, it completed the puzzle. He'd done it, all four majors.
Precisely. And that's where his achievement sets this huge precedent, right? It cements the idea of these four tournaments.
The U.S. Open, the Open Championship, PGA Championship, and the Masters.
Yeah, winning all of those became the absolute ultimate goal. He basically drew the map for what peak golfing achievement looked like.
And that map, well, it guided everyone who came after. The historical accounts you shared make that clear.
Oh, absolutely. You think of the giants, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods.
And now Rory.
And now Rory McIlroy, as the recent articles highlight. You have to think Sarazen's achievement was, somewhere in their minds as they chased their own history.
So how does something from, the 1930s still feel so relevant in 2025?
So because that benchmarked the career Grand Slam,
Right.
It still stands as the ultimate test of versatility and just sustained brilliance over a career.
Right.
And that's why Rory winning at Augusta this year, finally getting that last piece, it makes Sarazen's legacy feel incredibly current. It connects the dots for us.
Yeah, the parallels are pretty striking when you look at it. Both Sarazen and now McIlroy, they showed they could win anywhere. Different courses, different conditions.
Which you absolutely have to do to win all four majors.
And Augusta.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a tough nut to crack for so many greats, Rory included. So him finally conquering it this year, it just adds another layer, doesn't it?
It really does. And when you look at that list of Grand Slam winners, and it's a very short list, starting with Sarazen, Rory joining that club just celestially, it underlines how massive Sarazen's original feat really was. It's like a royal lineage in golf.
And let's stick with Augusta for a second. That 35 win, especially the double eagle, it really left a mark on the Masters itself, didn't it? It's more than just history.
Oh, absolutely. That shot, the shot heard around the world, it gets talked about every single April. It's become part of the whole mystique of Augusta National, part of its hallowed ground status. It's a story that just keeps getting told, reinforcing the legend.
But Sarazen was more than just his wins, right? The research suggests he actually changed the game itself in some ways.
Exactly. Sometimes we just focus on the trophies, but his wider impact was huge. He was a real innovator.
Like with equipment?
Yeah, probably the biggest thing was his role in popularizing the sandwich.
Really? The sandwich?
Yep. I mean, can you imagine playing golf today without one? He was key in developing it and showing people how essential it was, making it a standard club.
Wow. That's fundamental. So he wasn't just playing the game, he was shaping it.
Right.
And the biographical stuff mentions mentorship, too.
Yeah, seems he shared his knowledge with younger players coming up. He understood the game deeply.
And just his dedication, right? Staying competitive for so long.
Absolutely. His commitment to improving his longevity, that set a standard for professionalism that, players still aspire to.
So as we look ahead to the rest of the majors in 2025, it feels like Sarazen's ghost, in a good way, is still kind of present. His legacy isn't just history.
Not at all. It's alive. It continues to inspire players, at all levels. When they tee it up at the next major, knowing that history, the Grand Slam history that Sarazen started, it has weight. It has pressure.
So wrapping this up then, Gene Sarazen, the first guy to win the career Grand Slam. It was groundbreaking stuff. He didn't just win tournaments, he set the ultimate benchmark for greatness in golf.
And that legacy, as we've seen through this deep dive, is still incredibly relevant now in 2025. Rory McIlroy's win at Augusta is just the latest proof. It's a powerful reminder of Sarazen's impact as we look forward to the rest of the season.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? That pioneering spirit Sarazen had, that drive to do something no one else had done, it's still what fuels the dreams of golfers today. What's the next big milestone? What other innovations are out there waiting to shape the game?
That's the exciting question, isn't it? Something to ponder.
Definitely. Something to keep in mind until our next deep dive.